Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. Lance Brock here for this morning's episode of the podcast. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. And first of all, at the beginning of this episode, I just want to say sorry about last night, about not having a new 360 Wrestling Fanatic available, recapping Raw from last night, but I'm not going to talk about last night's Raw right now because I think I might try to save that for a later episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic coming soon. So, for this morning's episode, I'm just gonna do Evil Tuesday and do a little preview of tonight's episodes of WWE NXT and also the season finale of Dark Side of the Ring. And tonight on NXT, we will see a match for the NXT North American Championship. Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio, with Rhea Ripley in his corner, defending the championship against Dragon Lee. And Lee will have, as we found out last week, Dominic's father, Rey Mysterio, in his corner, which kind of returning, at least for one night only anyway, to that Mysterio feud. And I kind of wouldn't be surprised to see Dragon Lee take the title off Dominic tonight. But I'd say it's more likely that we'd probably see Dominic retain. I think since he's such a hot heel right now, especially when he's on NXT, I think he has really helped the North American Championship. And I think they should keep the title on him at least for a little longer. And tonight we will also see Ilya Dragunov taking on Trick Williams and Braun Breaker taking on Von Wagner after Breaker recently attacked him from behind. Mustafa Ali will take on Axiom. Noam Dar will defend the Heritage Cup against Tyler Bate. And Blair Davenport will take on Keilani Jordan. Ivy Nile will face Kiana James. And we will see the return to NXT of the NXT Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. So all of that is what we have in store. So look forward to tonight on NXT. And now, at that time, after NXT, it will be time to switch over to Vice for the season finale of Season 4 of Dark Side of the Ring. And back a while ago when the list of the episodes for this season were announced, this was actually one of the episodes I was most looking forward to that was on the list, and that is The World According to Marty Jannetty. If you're a pro wrestling fan who has been following Marty Jannetty on social media, either Facebook, or I think it's mostly been Facebook lately, but if you've been following him there, you've seen some of the posts that he has made in the past. So this episode, if it's anything like, I'm sure they're going to cover some of that, some of the posts that have been made on his social media and things. This should be definitely a very interesting, and you can maybe even say a crazy episode tonight of Dark Side of the Ring. And I think this one will be a good episode, and I kind of understand why they saved this one for last for the season finale. Definitely, if you're a longtime wrestling fan, you know Marty Jannetty, one half of the Rockers. Definitely, when I was a kid, him and Shawn Michaels were one of my favorite tag teams at the time in the WWF. And then had the famous episode of The Barber Shop when Shawn Michaels turned on his partner Marty Jannetty, super kicking him, throwing him through the window of the barber shop. I'd say that is, I don't know exactly where it would be on the list, but I would say that would be one of the top moments in WWF/WWE history. Definitely, I would put it on there somewhere. I remember being shocked at the time because that was before all of the wrestling news sites and everything. And you didn't really get spoilers as much. And I mean, yeah, the Wrestling Observer and the Pro Wrestling Torch, I think, were around at the time, but it definitely wasn't like it is today, where you could easily get news and things like that. Definitely didn't happen all that often. So when something like that happened with Shawn Michaels turning his back on his own partner and then throwing him through the window like that, it was a big shock, especially since I was maybe I want to say maybe 8 or 9 at the time, I think. So I definitely wasn't into really reading all the behind the scenes news and stuff like that. I was still in kayfabe mode, I guess you could say. But I think tonight's episode should definitely be good. I recommend checking that out tonight on Vice, 10 p.m. Eastern. I know in Canada it's on Crave, I believe. I think it's the same time. I'm not sure, but and any other countries, maybe you can find it online somewhere. But that's all for this Tuesday morning episode of GMWF. Thank you everyone for tuning in, even though I haven't talked about it yet, but you can leave your feedback on last night's Monday Night Raw in the comment section, either here on Spreaker or on YouTube or whichever podcast app or website you listen to on. And remember, follow 360 Wrestling Podcast on all the social stuff, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or is it called X now? I have no idea. But hope everyone enjoys NXT and Dark Side of the Ring tonight. Hope to have a new 360 Wrestling fanatic tonight. Fingers crossed. But we'll be back tomorrow morning for the Wednesday episode of GMWF to preview tomorrow night's episode of AEW Dynamite. But until then, have a great pro wrestling day.